Hey everyone, this is Spiceful7 for the Games Emporium, bringing you Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare on the PS4. So, the game was only like $19 and some odd cents on the PlayStation Store because of PlayStation Plus, so I decided to pick it up and see if it was any good. And to my great surprise, I was actually very impressed by the way how the game plays and its mechanics and whatnots. Main objective in the game for this mode, which is called Garden Ops, is to protect this plant. No, sorry, this garden, the main garden in the middle here, from invading zombies. What you can do is a variety of things. You can plant some plants. Is that a thing? You can build up your defenses by planting all sorts of different variety of plants, vegetables, all sorts of things that will aid you in your quest for non-dominance of the zombie horde. Yeah, let's see. We had some pea shooters up there. Some good stuff. Anyway, character I'm currently playing is called a Sunflower, which is, for the plant army, the healer of the group. Now, they aren't particularly strong, but they have a very accurate, I'll go with machine gun. And they can also heal on the go. See that rainbow beam right there? That's a heal beam. So anybody that I am targeting at that moment gets that beam is instantly, healed and whatnot. Alright, so main mechanics of the game. Like I said, it's mainly a strategy game with some shooter put stuff into it. Over time, you'll go through different types of waves, some of them special, some of them just regular. And each of the zombies that come after you can be wide and variedied, and I don't know, it's entertaining at its core, really. It looks a little childish, but after a while it can get really intense, especially on the harder difficulties. During this video, when I recorded, I was playing on easy, I believe. Yeah, easy, I think. Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about the characters. As you can see, I'm currently using a sun power because I am a sunflower. Excuse me. It's kind of like a solar beam sort of ability. I know the pea shooter has a ability that's kind of like the same thing. But the sunflower has 3 abilities. It can heal your other characters. It can drop a healing flower for increased heal as well. And then excuse me, I've been up all night. It can also plant its roots into the ground and be quite vulnerable. But you'll shoot out like laser beams out of your eyeballs. It's kind of cool. For the pea shooter, which is the one that just passed us right there in front of, the pea shooter has 3 abilities. It has an ability just like the sunflower, where it roots itself into the ground and spits out a shitload of, well, peas, I'd imagine, some sort of bullets. And then it also has an ability of throwing I'd call it a grenade. It's called a hot chili bean. It attracts zombies and then blows them up. It's all good fun. And then it also has the ability called Hyper, which it makes the pea shooter extremely fast and can jump incredible heights. It's more of a run and gun tactic kind of unit, but it's still effective. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved using the pea shooter. It definitely brought some malice to my enemies. And let's see, what's another character? The Cactus, which I know we have on our team during this video, who is unfortunately completely useless and did not know how to use the Cactus. The Cactus is the long-range unit of the group, basically the sniper. It has a couple abilities. First off, it can throw down what are called potato mines, which they're pretty much proximity mines. Next, it has the ability to... excuse me. It has the ability to drop down these large nuts, I think they're walnuts, in place so that enemies cannot pass. They're kind of like borders or something. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. And then its third ability is that it throws this onion into the air, and the onion becomes, get this, a UAV in which the cactus, whoever controls the cactus, can control it. So then it gets to basically decimate zombies from above. But the other cool thing about that is it can also drop, get this, corn artillery strikes onto unsuspecting zombie horde. I don't know about you, that's pretty cool. It's definitely an EA game mixed in with PopCap's, you know, original great strategy game, Plants vs. Zombies on the computer. But, you know, it's a great thing. Alright, so another character that on the Plants team is the Chomper, which is not featured in this video because no one played him. And the Chomper is, think of a giant Venus flytrap, right? And its mouth is just massively huge and just dripping with goo. And it's basically the only melee character in the entire plant army. I mean, I don't, as a Sunflower, I don't have a melee ability. It's just not there. Let's see what else. It has a couple of abilities, some of which I don't really know about because I have never actually used them because it's not typically my, how do I put this? Not typically my way of playing. I'm more of a sort of slight mid to long range character, I suppose. Anyway, the Chomper uses a ability called Burrow, in which it literally burrows into the ground, and then you can come up behind enemies, or under them, as it were, and get some, goddamn, I am tired, some zombie num-nums. You also plant traps, which I'm not really sure what they're called, but what they do is they string up zombies into the air while you continue to eat at them. And I think that's it for the plant army. For the zombie army, the thing I'm shooting right now is what's called a foot soldier, or just a soldier zombie. They're basically the pea shooter of the zombie army. They have 3 abilities. One of them is they have a rocket grenade. Another ability is that they have actually a rocket on their back, in which they can like get up to tall heights, just like the pea shooter can use hyper to get up to tall, you know, onto tall buildings and such. And then they have another really annoying ability that I'm not, excuse me, I do apologize, They have another quite annoying ability, which I've only dubbed as like a gas can. If you ever see any purple smoke in an area, it's basically damage over time in an area, so it's kind of like an area of effect mixed in with a dot. It's it can get really annoying. Oh, there it is. See that purple stuff? That's what I'm talking about. You go in there and you're basically just asking for the hurt. Laser. Okay, so that's basically it for the soldier type. The next one, which we'll probably see fairly soon, or have been seeing, is the engineer. The engineer is, I don't know how to explain the engineer on the zombie horde. It's got some interesting abilities, and then some I don't really quite understand. For instance, one of them is it uses some sort of like foghorn thing to disorientate. I can't talk today. Just to make you confused. It makes you like it blares in your face like really loud the word brains, and it decides, or not doesn't decide, it has some sort of effect on you in which it makes you all confused, in which you can't move really fast, and all your abilities are on cooldown or something. It's very annoying. They also can create teleporters, in which you can like teleport to said teleporter in order to get to a place quicker. Oh, goodness me, I do apologize. It's been a long night. Anyway, so, and then the engineer has kind of like a grenade launcher of sorts for its main weapon of choice. I think that's pretty much it. Teleporter, foghorn. Oh, it uses some sort of, what are they called? A jackhammer to like move about the area quickly and like doing some little seismic attack of some sort. Alright, and then there's the, what's another zombie one? This is kind of like one of those regular ones. It's just shielded by a giant coffin. Just think of it as a zombie with a giant shield. Is what it comes down to, really. There's another one called the All-Star, which is basically a football player zombie with a cannon that that shoots out footballs. I do know that he can throw little minions that have like, oh, what are they called? They're like little minions with like grenades attached to them, and they explode, and they yell, and they're so excited about being able to explode. It's interesting, I suppose. What's the other zombie type? Oh, the Scientist. Okay, so the Scientist is probably the most hated in my opinion because it's just, he can get really close, and most of the the plants are more of a ranged characters. So the Scientist has kind of a shotgun, like a Tesla shotgun of sorts. He can also teleport like right next to you, and you won't even know it, and then just start blasting you away. And it can get really annoying. These are those minions I was talking about. These ones in particular, however, will just do ice damage because there's the special Treasure Yeti, which is one of those special waves I was talking about before. Anyway, back to the Scientist. So he can teleport right next to you and basically do a shitload of damage. And then he can also, I'd say he's the healer of the group too, because he drops down a type of a healing, what do I want to call it, device? Some sort of device in which he can heal all of the teammates and such. It sprays out zombie-like goo, which is good for zombies, but I'm not really sure if it's bad for... Oh, there's a Scientist right there. See, he's got like a shotgun. And there's that All-Star. Yeah, they're kind of a bitch. Anyway, the Scientist is just kind of like really annoying character to deal with, especially on the higher difficulties. And then that's pretty much it for the zombie horde as well. I think we've covered both armies in the space of what? We're at 12 minutes, 30-some odd seconds. Yeah. That's pretty much it. There is a couple other game modes. I'm trying to figure out how to, if it's possible to play as the zombies in Garden Ops, which like if it were something around the tune of like maybe some NPC plants, and then they would set up a base, plant some weapons or healing or whatever, and then you as a zombie would have to go and like take them out as well, like that sort of thing. Like I think that would be kind of fun, but I can't. Either it does not exist, or I have not found out how. But either way, it's just something that I've been kind of toying with. Other game modes include multiplayer with actual other people. I tried it. It's interesting. I wouldn't really get it if you were looking for that awesome PvP experience. It's more of a, definitely more of a PvE game, in my humblest of opinions. I do apologize for my constant yawning. I was just up all night recording and stuff. No, but like, I mean, I wouldn't suggest getting this game if you were just looking for a PvP experience of literal Plants vs. Zombies. It just, you wouldn't get out of it what I would want you to get out of it, personally. I mean, the PvE alone it's exceptionally fun. Like it really doesn't get old fast. I mean, eventually it might, sure. I can, equate to that, but for the time being, it's really not all that bad. I mean, it's a bit cutesy, sure, but there's nothing inherently wrong with that, though. I mean, take for example, let's see, what's a good example? Kingdom Hearts. That's more on the cutesy side, but it also had a lot of, it was a lot of fun. But I'm getting off topic. But that's basically the game in like a nutshell. I mean, it's you basically defend different areas. Oh, one cool thing is each time you start a game on like a level and such, you get 3 places in which you can start. Like you can put your garden, and each time you put it in a different space, it'll feel like a different game. I mean, I don't know about you, that's kind of cool. Oh, here's something new. Okay, so this is the Zomboss slots. So let's see, Funky Zombie, the Yeti, which I love his noise, he's like booga booga. And then that guy is a dick. I don't remember exactly what he is. Okay, so the Zom slots. Every 5th and 10th wave in the game will have you do some sort of a boss slot things in which it chooses certain bosses that you would go against. In this case, we are going to have the Funky Zombie, which is basically a zombie from the 70s. This guy, he's called a Gigantor, but he's a special Gigantor in which he can use a telephone pole to do electric damage, which is pretty... It does quite a bit of damage if you're on the harder difficulties. I can't remember if we had... Who else we had? There was the Funky Zombie, the Gigantor, and something else. I can't remember. Anyway, during that slots, it is possible to actually get other things as well instead of bosses. You can get like extra money, you can get extra like zombie horde instead, all sorts of stuff. I do not sound good. Anyway, so we just currently destroyed the Gigantor, and now we're fighting the Yeti. That was the other one. I totally couldn't remember. So the Yeti basically just throws a bunch of like spikes at you and says F you to the world. But he does these little dance things that are kind of funny to watch. Die, Yeti. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And he's dead. There he goes. I think he's dead anyway. I didn't see him. The Yeti is... Oh, that's the engineer, by the way. Did you hear that? Brains. So he put someone under some sort of disorientating. I cannot talk today. Oh, forgive me. No more of that cloud. But the Yeti basically just throws a bunch of ice picks at you and is a total... Like, he's just an asshole. Oh, I guess we killed the Funky Zombie, and I didn't even see it. Yeah, but that happens every 5th and 10th wave. And that's Crazy Dave. The Fogman cometh. So at the end of 10 waves, the 11th wave is you and your party of 4 go to the landing zone to extract. Basically, it's nothing special. I mean, on harder difficulties, obviously, it's a lot more difficult, but it's not impossible. You have 1 potted plant soil to do with what you do. I usually put down on the harder difficulties a feeling flower. I mean, you never know. And then if I remember correctly, I think we took out like a ton of zombies here. 2, 3, yeah, like a ton. I really like that power. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, after you extract, then you get these coins. And the thing is, you usually use these coins to like buy booster packs, to buy more reinforcements, buy cosmetic things for your characters, all sorts of stuff. You can even get upgrades. Like if you see the pea shooter on my left, the blue one right there, not the one that looks like it's like full of berries and stuff, but it's called the plasma pea shooter. It has a special abilities in which it reloads faster. You could charge up its attack to do a much more devastating attack. All sorts of cool stuff. Well, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed the PS4 version of Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, and we'll see you next time. Have fun, kids.